Anything that's hurting is surrounded by some love right now. Loosen the grip, let yourself slip, free fall right into it. Let it all go. There's nothing to hold. Free fall right into it. Free fall, free fall. Feel the weight of today slowly melting away. Even the sun goes down. Even the sun goes down. Anything you're holding doesn't need to be held right now. Anything that's hurting is surrounded by some love right now. Loosen the grip, let yourself slip, free fall right into it. Let it all go. There's nothing to hold. Free fall right into it. Free fall, free fall. You'll always be held. You'll always be. You'll always be loved. Nothing is lost. You deserve free fall,
Hey, welcome in, you guys. Monday fun day. Here we go. Wowzy, there's a lot going on out there. Hi, you guys. I love this photo I started with. Let me zoom into it a little bit. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I am here for educational and entertainment purposes. What we do here is bring justice to the children by sharing whatever information we can that is not being shared. I don't think many other places. Hey, Muffin Top, my amazing mod. And by us sharing their stories and me giving you images that best suit what I see through my third eye, helps the story to be told. And that's how I do it. A lot of other creators do it differently. A lot of mediums, psychics, whatever you want to call this. Let me turn my other light out. This is how it works here. I put photos in front and I read them by just letting myself fall into the photo. And this photo here I want to start with because this is one of the main ways that I get information. There are a lot of creators out there that really help me give the story to you to the best that I can, right? I could sit here and say, I see these kids down in a hole and there's like a metal cap on top that looks like a well cap, and you pull it up. You got to go down into it, under and beneath, and all these different ways. I could sit here and tell you what I see. I see a very large shed. We've said that before. I see trees. I see lots of roots. I see the importance of, to these people, the resurrection, and to feeding the earth, basically parts of these sacrifices in order to do whatever they're doing. So what I do is try to grab photos that tell the story. I've been telling the story for, 2.5 years. The story came about before Summer even went missing. I started telling this crazy ass story. And now it's not so crazy anymore. The only difference between today and yesterday is there's more kids involved. There are more sacrifices. This photo here is a great example of what I do. The way that people communicate back and forth to each other is really through imaging and deep fake and placing layers upon layers. I'm not putting layers on top of here. I'm not putting this. Somebody else is putting it beneath or on top. I'm saying beneath the deep fake because the deep fake would be what Jody Sue, because this is Jody Sue Brown's, has put on the top. And what comes through is the story in which I tell you. And you're not going to see always what I'm saying. Like, you may be like, what the fuck? There's no head in the corner of that thing. It's okay. This gives me the opportunity to explain to you that these sacrifices are placed in the corner. Their heads get placed in some top of an A-frame. They get placed within the earth this way. By wood, by trees, by branches, like this. And whenever I select a photo, this is what appears. It's the story. So you may be like, oh, I'm out of here. I don't see if, that can't be a head. It might not be, but it gives me an image to show you how it's done. Phones within phones. Then this is going to be a little heart. And this is wood. Always the same, you guys. On that note, welcome on in. Hey, everyone who doesn't know, Muffin Top is my amazing mod here, along with all my subscribers and members. Thank you for joining. Just Mary, hello. I'm just GH. Welcome in again. Rumple Long here. Kiri, hi. Sherry. Marie, welcome. Lisa. I got every time I freaking do this, I feel like I'm playing Romper Room. Liz, I see Liz. That should be a really cool like icon when you when you come in, like put the Romper Room thing and swirls in there. Anyways, Pansy, Liz, Kelly. So I have a crap load, Shazam. See, this is where I forget who I say who I said hi to. Short-term memory over here, guys. Well, that's part of my life. I think I said Lisa, Rebecca. So everyone that's coming on in, thank you. And Kelly, I don't know if I said hi already, but there's a lot. I get the stories, and I apologize. That's why you have to really get notified. Apologize that I changed the time, but yeah, Duck Duck Goose is right. But I changed the time according to when I feel ready to just go on. Sometimes, like the last couple times, I just went on. I'm like, I have to go on. I don't know where this is going to lead, and then I have to listen back to myself because I don't know if I'm running in circles. A lot of times, I don't even know what I said, so I go back and listen to myself, and especially I listen to see if I hear sentences that I didn't know I said. That happens often, and those are messages. Those are deep, deep messages that come through unexpectedly. And that happens in my lives. That's one of the things that I do. I didn't know I did until the first time I did it, which was when I had my first station. I listened back and all of a sudden I spit out big shed, and I just continued. I said I could smell blood, blah, 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 and then I said big shed. And I watched myself. Like, I didn't even flinch, didn't even know I said it. It was almost like in a different voice, and I continuously do that stuff. Summer Moon Wells case, Summer Moon Wells and all the children involved really give me the opportunity to learn about myself, right? Just like everyone here, the people who join in, you learn about yourself by listening to what I say. You learn about yourself if you think about it, because it's never about me. You're learning about yourself, what you see, what you feel, what you're afraid to see, what you're, fearful of seeing, what who you are, and how you respond, and how you respond in chat has everything to do with who you are. So everyone learns about themselves through Summer Moon Wells. I think Summer Moon Wells brought a lot of the community together. I don't think that anyone's acknowledging that too much. They're creating chaos for you to look. They want you to look deeper into the woods and get really sucked in there because they don't want you to look from an outsider looking in just to the trees. Because the answers are right in front of us now. They're getting very clear. And what the people are trying to do is they're trying to create chaos. So you get sucked into conversations that don't really matter. They don't matter to Summer Moon Wells. They matter to the people doing it, but if you're going to do it within the conversation of Summer Moon Wells, then they're doing it to create chaos to keep you from really honing into the truth. No one gives a shit about Andrew Hilt. No one gives a shit about what's going on with Hunter. You know what? The truth of the matter, it doesn't matter. What matters is his voice has changed. His looks have changed. Yes, it's been 2 years, but you don't have a ADD, whatever, ADHD situation and yawn all the time to not yawning at all. That stuff doesn't happen. So those are the things that no one's even listening to or paying attention to, because it's not about their story. It's about how we're going to get to justice for all these children, because it's not just Summer Moon. It's many of them all together, you guys. And don't fall into the storyboard. Watch who's doing it. It's the same people over and over for 2.5 years. And they know that there's all new people that come aboard. It's like a cruise ship. All new people come on and you're repeating the same thing. And if you repeat something and you don't repeat it again the same way, who's going to call you out on it? They're all new people on board. All new. It's up to the people that have been here to do their research, to call them out on it, and to stay focused on Summer Moon. That's what it is. Social media is a great platform to create that chaos. It gives everyone a great platform to just cover shit up. But somewhere the truth is still being told through the same outlets. And I'm going to show you what that is. And I get very frustrated with some of the creators because I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You did it again. When are you going to acknowledge that you have information under your video? You keep doing the same thing. You know, to me now, it's so obvious to me because I've been doing this, right? So I'm going to show you information and I'm going to play tapes from the past for those who my notification is flashing. No, I'm not doing anything. For those who don't know what the beginning sounded like, for those that didn't know what Jody Sue Brown claimed, am I saying that Jody Sue Brown herself did something? Yeah, but I'm not saying it's the Jody Sue Brown that we know of. There's deep fakes in there. There's different faces in there. There's AI. There's so many layers in these videos that you can't talk about one specific person. You can't. Because you cannot talk about that person, I say all the time, unless you have met that person. Unless you have gone to lunch with that person. You cannot. And you don't know who's who unless you've met them. I've never met this lady. Man, I would love to. Because there is a Jody Sue in there that's really kind of neat. And there is a Jody Sue in there that is intelligent, raises children. Is pretty probably kind of really an interesting person. There's a Jody Sue in there that's filled with pain. There's a Jody Sue in there that's filled with abuse, pain, anger. There's a lot of different people beneath what you see on the surface. So it's not fair for me, or it's not fair for anybody to judge somebody by the cover of who you see, unless they're one of your good friends and you have the right to, because you're doing it to their face, because you know them. That's what good friends do. You say, listen, we need to talk. Like, I see sadness. I see you're stuck in a situation. I need to help you get out of it. I don't know who I'd be talking to. So you can't be judgmental to anyone's life, no matter what they're doing that might be so horrific, unless you're walking in their shoes. Unless you are that person walking that walk, talking that talk. Because they're looking at us like, you have no fucking idea. And I'm going to stay here because you have no fucking idea. So I don't do that here, you guys. I try to separate where and who the people are that are on the screen with the information that they provide me to tell you guys what's the truth from the Summer Moon Wells children's thoughts. So when you listen to her, this is I'm going to play this. It's important for you to listen. This is going to be a long live. It's important for you to listen to this. I will point out important information that I feel is it's just being talked about today, but they're making it confusing for you to follow on purpose. And those are the particular bits of information that it's going to play in this video. Those are the bits of information that are being tampered with now in the fake news, in the chaos that they're creating. Think about it. You're going to see Jody Sue talk about where Summer was, who she was with, where she was. Listen openly, and for those that are watching what's going on YouTube, listen to what I'm saying, because there's one main conversation that was created in the beginning. It's like taking building blocks. They started with, like, let's say 5 building blocks. One was Summer. Where was Summer? One was, where was Don? One was, where was Hunter? Where was Jody Sue? Where was Candace? The other one is, what time was it? When did this happen? Where were we? You know, those main details. What happened that day? Each time you hear someone, they're very, very crystal clear on what they believe to be the truth. And there are only a few people like Jody Sue Brown, Candace, Benny, Don, they try to throw in this one guy, but I think it's just a conversation. I don't think that guy's real. Jose, I think they just tried to throw that in. The people that would have seen her last are the ones that I listen to. So I'm going to play this video and stop it periodically for you guys.
From very early on, that Summer was not inside, even though that story keeps changing. And I'll tell you that, without how or why, that I believe that to be true as well. Summer was not inside of that house. She was outside.
So this here was in the beginning. One of the main things that they pushed heavily, one of the very first main things that were pushed heavily, is she was inside the house. According to Jody Sue, she knows that she was outside. That's a big one. Listen.
Without how or why, that I believe that to be true as well. Summer was not inside of that house. She was outside. In this morning's video from Michelle After Dark, she's puzzling over why Candace would have said this and the other, why she locked herself into, and you know, I mean, she's not far off, and it's things I've stated in my videos very early on. And yes, I think the same thing Michelle does. It was to look better than, but also because the CPS visit was the next day, and also because Michelle's not wrong, and it's also something I've stated in my early videos. This has happened prior with one of the other kids, and I think that maybe Candace thought all the neighbors would find Summer like the other one had been found fairly quickly. And I think she lied because she thought, well, if the cops do come, well, Summer will still be found pretty quickly if the neighbors don't, and it was one of those, I also didn't really want to say that the boys were up there and stuff to try to protect them, because I think she thought that Summer would be found fairly quickly. It would be, oh, well, we might be in a little extra trouble, but not much when CPS shows up tomorrow for the other shit. And, maybe I'll believe the other kids. Well, I think there's several reasons why.
Right, Crystal. It's the way that's exactly correct. It's the way that she said it with another child, with another one. She didn't say, like, with her sons, it was another one. It didn't happen with Summer, it happened with another one. I believe that there were multiple Summers, for sure an older Summer, and then there was a younger Summer, because Jody Sue Brown, the way that she explains her, she's a little 4-year-old. And I've always seen 3 kids that went missing, like 3 kids that were gone. Not just Summer. I call them Summer Moonwell's missing children.
She tried to make it look like whatever at first, and I think locking herself into maybe a timeline that's not right. And if the scream holds, if my timeline holds, then that would be, 4:30, 4:42 to 6:08, about an hour and a half difference from, the time she vanished. And I think Michelle and half the world are right. I think Candace did not have eyes on her for that long, had really no clue where she was at. I think it does boil down to that. And I mean, honestly, been better off saying that from the get-go to a cop and going, hey, my kid was playing outside. We live in Illinois. That would not have been unusual, quite frankly. But I think that she wanted to present the best possible, because DCS was shut up the next day. There could be many reasons for it, but that's always been my theory behind it. But still, because of other things that were said to me in the first few minutes as Candace and I initially made contact at the bottom of the driveway and right there at the creek area. And
see, and Candace will say, and she probably would pass a lie detector test, because she says and believes that she did not meet her at the bottom of the driveway. She did not see her at the creek. Jody Sue Brown is saying that she did this and saw this before they called the police. She met her at the bottom of the driveway.
Other things that were said to me that day, the puzzle goes far deeper for me, and especially with what's being done lately as far as that Facebook video chat that happened between Candace and I, and her wanting me to change my story and an audit money, and that bullshit call to the feds that have her and Keys written on it, and that hoax on the Hill dinner and all these things. I mean,
she brings in Benny Keys. So Candace brings in Benny Keys to this, Candace. Jody Sue Brown brings Benny Keys into this complete conversation. Let me go back a little.
That bullshit called the feds that have her and Keys written on it, and that hoax on the Hill Dinner and all these things. I mean, it makes me think all kinds of things. However, that I didn't initially think in the beginning necessarily, and it makes me doubt all kinds of things. And there's things I'm still not going to touch on, go specifics on. But I will say enough to say that Donnie, and I hate that because obviously there's some bus throwing under there and all kinds of weirdness and abuse on that level. But yeah, Summer was not in the house. And I think Candace did lock herself into a timeline. I think 90% of that bullshit with the flowers. I mean, yeah, I'm with Michelle. I think details are given to make everything look better, like the piece of candy and the this and that, whatever the hell else. And from things I know that, like I said, I'm not going to say, I don't think anybody knew, except for one or two, that I think anybody had any freaking clue where Summer actually was, but I think that Candace thought she'd be found in short order, just like I mentioned forever ago in other videos about the other one being lost at one point and everybody ever to find them, and they were non-verbal at the time. I think she thought it would be Summer found in short order. But
see, the other ones, like, how many kids were up there? Like, what I see is it like a drop off. Like, I see that this is ran through there. That's what I see. And she has no idea when she was taken and was supposed to be brought back. She was taken and didn't come home. Yeah, she said it 3 times, the others were lost. And so when I listen, I see the story, like I see it down by the water. I see these kids walking barefoot by the creek. Like I see that.
Neighbors or by police, and it would be a big of a deal. But it was that big of a deal very shortly. And then I think even this continuing bullshit could just be normal behavior patterns, right? For them. Like, because dog jumping's no big fucking deal over there. Losing kids is no big fucking deal over there. Kind of used to that shit, I guess.
See? Keep saying it.
And
Call out to Rebecca. Thank you very much.
at a
Welcome.
certain point, there's no, like, to them, they're basic people, so to them it's like, well, yes, Summer's probably gone, and one way or the other, and so we might as well profit and play games that, entertain us, and pranks and calls and all this other bullshit, and no big fucking deal, right? And now them, the pranks, bullshit, the money matters more maybe in a way. And they know there's really no chance in hell of the other ones ever coming back. And
Do you hear this? So most people that listen to this are not listening. Thank you for becoming a member, Rebecca. Thank you. The other ones. So there are other ones. She has said it like 4 times so far in this little conversation. And there are other ones that didn't come back. There are other ones that came back. Some of them did, some of them didn't. It was like whatever to her. It was a way of living. It was just normal for her.
So continued pattern, even if they didn't have anything to do with it.
It's a continued pattern.
But I'm only really saying things here before that I've said months ago in other videos that are harder for people to piece and part together because, hour or 2 hours, I jump in my spiderweb brain, but, Michelle's saying exactly what I've said for months, just in more linear, easily digestible fashion, right? But I think Candace thought it would be summer film shortly, still took a risk in calling that day.
She took a risk in calling that day.
And that's not the way it turned out. And then if that noise, scream, it had something to do with it, if that holds, I mean, who the hell knows? There's still something wrong with the dogs. There's still something wrong with all kinds of things.
So that was the other confusion that was created, and they're still talking about it in these ridiculous conversations now. The dogs. Were the dogs there? Were they not? They were there, then they weren't, because people said when they went up the property, the cops went there were no dogs. And then, according to Jody Sue and to Hunter, there are tons of dogs.
And what the hell the puzzle is, who did this, why, whatever, it still remains. But, and even yet, there could be reasons for all of that same behavior, either way, it's cut. But to me, that first day, it's what it seems like. And because, like I said, other things that I'm still not going to say, but I really, really, truly believe she was outside, just like Dawn stated as well.
Just like Don stated as well. When did Don state that she was outside? Was that in his original statement, right? She was outside playing. I think so.
On several interviews, and and for reasons I won't say, but definitely outside. And I think Candace locked herself into shit. And it's a conversation Candace and I had, the bottom after summer. I was like, well, look, I'm sorry, my shit might break your shit, but that's just the way it is. And she never really touched on it, which is what I found odd about that Facebook vid chat between us. Is like, she never asked me to change my story or to do anything about hers until that shit. And then winking on it money. Now, you could tell she was digging for somebody and doing something. And worried about her own teeth and this, and it's like, what the fuck? And that's why I said, like, dude, if your kid's missing, it's like my own. They're all, like, jacked up because of radiation. My kid's missing. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna... hell be damned. Like, kid first, teeth later, money later. Like, what the hell? But definitely digging up shit that somebody else's past during that vid chat between us. Definitely more worried about money, but, maybe it's just top people they aren't. All these things just, which is worrisome, quite frankly. Because to me, if you have people that can hurt animals, you have people that can dump them and do what I've seen done. If you have people that are just like, oh, well, kid's gone.
And kill people. Listen.
And and for reasons I won't say. But, yeah, definitely outside. And, I think Candace locked herself into shit. And it's a conversation Candace and I had, the bottom after summer. I was like, well, look, I'm sorry, my shit might break your shit, but that's just the way it is. And she really touched on it, which is what I found odd about the Facebook vid chat between us. Is like, she never asked me to change my story or to do anything about hers until that shit. And then winking on it money. Now, you could tell she was digging for somebody and doing something. And worried about her own teeth and this, and it's like, what the fuck? And that's why I said, like, dude, if your kid's missing, and it's like my own, they're all, like, jacked up because of radiation. My kid's missing, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna, hell be damned, like, kid first, teeth later, money later, like, what the hell? But definitely digging up shit that somebody else's past during that vid chat between us. Definitely more worried about money, but, maybe it's just top people they aren't. All these things just, which is worrisome, quite frankly. Because to me, if you have people that can hurt animals, you have people that can dump them and do what I've seen done. If you have people that are just like, oh, well, kid's gone, and can play all these pranks and cons and games, do they then fall somewhere on the psychopathy scale high enough to then pass lie detector tests easily? And that's something I've often thought of. And I know that some people, can do that, but her face that first day for me, just like, it was like, no way. But now that I've watched her lie to me and have larger tears the other day on that bitch than what she had that first day, and all these other things and pranks and shit they've pulled along the way, and then knowing the other night I watched her face on that live chat with Benny Keys get on there and be all super smug and shit. Yeah, have Andy call me, and there's another prank and a con like a 12-year-old little girl, and just, it's gross and disgusting. And then if they're behind, and I know they are, I know somehow they're behind that call to the feds after they called them and didn't know what was going on, and to do the vid chat with me 3 days later because nobody bothered telling me anything. To twist and do that to target my children and I is just a fucking gross ass thing to me. But that's another level of game, and I doubt all kinds of things across the board at this point. And I don't know what the hell to think. But I know now that heel is just, I've always known, but dude, this is an entire level of different screwed up. But Michelle After Dark is one of the only ones I've actually seen trying to puzzle through this, and I know that it's often that she actually does bother to watch my videos and things, and she'll find things that I say and this and the other, and then be able to put them into a more linear fashion, more digestible fashion, to where they're easier for others to digest and to follow along than I can make things. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that, I'm not very short-winded. And my brain works a little different in patterns and spider webs and connections. But, yeah, she's not far off, I don't think. And I know that, all kinds of things have casted all kinds of stuff into doubt for me. The behavior recently off the hill. What they're trying to do, what they're trying to use Andy for, it's gross. What they've done since, I absolutely feel inside my soul and pick up little pieces of, because when they're the only ones on earth saying it, and then it comes to me in the form of feds not, like, knock at the door prior, and then 3 days later they are digging in his keys, and then the same bullshit, because they don't know what's happening with their bullshit calling and these hoaxes and all these prank bullshits, even on his sisters, who I know aren't lying, because I knew this from the first posts they made online that weren't written for them, because they knew enough about Utah that I knew they weren't lying. And I never doubted him, but then Don himself turns to me as one of their pals, and he's more worried about watching himself on YouTube and stopping that one night because he had taken me to town because my car was going to go off the cliff. So I gave him money and stuff to buy dinner and gave him like $20 for everybody he'd done an interview. And he was more worried about watching himself in that interview than anything. But he turns to me kind of distracted after pals, and he's already telling me about how, yeah, he did that to his sisters. And then it's like almost the last thought, after he says it, and it's been a couple minutes, and he's driving all erratic and trying to watch at the same time with the volume and everything. It's like an afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, but it was their fault, and they were trying my dad too, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, buddy. But I just don't know what to think most days. But I know there's damn sure
So this, let me see.
somebody that did this, and I don't know who that is. And I don't know, nobody takes a little girl to take her to Disney World, and that's fucking truth, and we all know it. Nobody's done that. Which is why that bullshit with Chase is a way to shut me up. And then it gets out as like a leaked phone call to Tiffany a week later. But by that point, I added it on my Facebook. So I guess I was psychic. And then that fucks up the fundraiser and Chase's superhero image. And then it helped shut down the second fundraiser. And it was going international with Chase. And then coincided with the Friday timeline I was given to be quiet and just shut the hell up, and offered more money than threatened. And Squall Tit comes out with the stolen videos that Benny Keys had freaking asked her to steal and was definitely digging for him. And then you have Keys up there involved in this bullshit on the hill, and the only ones parroting exactly what the feds had come here for. Y'all can, so fucked, y'all, the whole thing. But, it's so weird. But yeah, Michelle After Dark, I was at least trying to puzzle it out.
So you see,
and fashion that I don't see as comfortable as somebody passing, dope off at 3 or 4 in the morning. I don't know. There's so many weird things that I know and I don't say, just. But either way, Michelle After Dark, I don't think she's far off the mark, but why? How you gonna repay that? Whatever, because you're salty. Because I'm telling the fucking truth, I guess. Whatever, but I don't think Michelle After Dark's all that wrong. Obviously, because it's stuff like I've said in my videos for months now, but, she's able to put those little pieces together and do it in a more digestible format. So, anyway, I think that's all I'm going to say about it before something slips or end up saying shit I don't want to say. So, yeah.
Let me see what this one is. And then I have a 100-page presentation.
The hill. Before I'd stepped into the creek, I could hear the boys go down the left side of their property towards the creek on that side that I had looked down towards earlier. And there was a point there when, I could tell that Candace and the boys had met up when they were hollering for summer and circling the hill. So anyway, I'm stepping into the creek. I was, not too far in. So anyway, as I was looking, went a few feet, in to the water, but, 20 feet maybe from the road. I don't know, maybe less than that. I don't know. Wasn't too far in when I hear a car coming down Candace's driveway. and her talking to somebody, which I assume was somebody in the car with her. But as I hear her getting closer, I come back out the creek and jump up out of, and then into the roadway. And she's in Grandis's vehicle, and which.
So obviously, I pointed this out before. A, Candace was in the car with someone else she was talking with. B, she came down in Grandis's car. C, she's looking for Summer in the creek, and at this point, she doesn't even know she's gone yet. She has no idea.
Kind of confused me at first.
She's letting us know right here that she had yet
See, listen to this girl.
to speak with Candace whatsoever.
Mine, Grandis's was ahead of it, so that's
I don't know whose voice it is.
why she's in Grandis's. And so, anyway, when she pulls up, she's on the phone with Donnie. But the first thing I said, guys, I wish I could explain to you. I wish there had been some way for me to take a picture or video that day. Donnie's on the phone with her, and I didn't even realize the time. It just didn't hit me. But the first thing I said to Candace is, I heard her scream, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So,
this is where I get a little confused, because she says she heard her scream, I didn't know, saying that she heard Summer scream, but then...
And then I realized Donnie's on the phone. And Donnie says something like, so you're telling me somebody's taking my baby girl or something?
So it's like she saw her last.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I didn't put it together, enough time, right?
So this is what I didn't like, was this kind of information here, and this is where I play with the video, was it's very confusing. They don't have their story straight, which leads me again back to the beginning, back to the same people that they are right now trying to have you not pay attention to. They don't want you going backwards. So they're going to create all of this stuff going on with Hunter and with, Andrew and all of this stuff. Because this stuff that I'm showing you here is what they don't want you to see. Because these videos have been tampered with. These videos tell sacrifice. These videos show really important information. And that's what I'm going to keep showing you. I'm not going to get into the chaos of what they're, splashing out right now. Because at the end of the day, it's about the children that are being taken. These kids are being taken every day. I knew that child that was taken and returned. I don't want to talk about it. I knew that one was just, something was wrong with that. And it's still very wrong. But if they're going to go, if YouTube crime people, true crime community is going to talk about and talk with people that are dangerous and talk with people that are a part of this, but they're all making conversation. So this is what I'm showing you today. I'm going through a presentation that will bring you through my thought process of what I see happening and why the creek and the water and the leaves and the trees are so important, why the tree cutters and all the things that the smallest of little details that are not being talked about right now are still important, as if they were just as important back then. They're the same, it's the same importance right now. It's the same. You see, there is no difference from yesterday or today. There isn't. This here is summer moon. This here is what's important. It's this. It's not about anything more than this. This is summer moon. I'm going to keep showing this photo as long as I need to until this is pulled together and busted open. The only way that justice comes is when the story is shared. And it's shared on a large platform. And it's the story from the children, not the story from the ones creating this nonsense. The nonsense. They're creating a whole story around what they've been doing forever. This is not new. There were other summers. There were other kids this happened to. She said it. There's certain things that are said that hold truth, as I see it. Again, this is for entertainment purposes. So there's things that hold truth, and then there's things that hold complete bullshit. And that's when I call it. This is summer, and the trees and the leaves and the poles and the swing and all of this here is closer to the truth than what I just freaking played you. But it's the script that they keep going back to, and that's where they keep their conversation. And I could see everyone's eats it up because shit, their views are thousands. I'm like, what the hell is everyone listening to? Really? Just shows you. This here holds more truth than what you just heard. It's a very sad photo. These are Summer Moon Wells missing children. These are very sad photos. Yeah, that's a dog. This is a child. There is no difference between this child and this child. They're all summer moons, and they're all being sacrificed. They're being moved. They're being dumped. They're being abused. They're being sold. They're being anything that you could think of and then some. And they're given different names, but these are all Summer Moon Wells. That's how I see it. Because they all have similar stories, and they've all been forgotten. Yeah, we talk about them for what, a millisecond? Benny Keys gives me insane information. They're keeping him in the background right now. Notice who's sitting back. Notice who's staying out of the ones that are staying out of the light are the ones that you should be really watching. Watch their videos from back when? Back when? 2021. They're throwing a bone and people are fetching it. They're fetching it. And all that does is it keeps the children's story from being examined, from being heard. because there's a thought process, there is a social media, some sort of a thing that they're doing, and it works for them. It works. There's no difference between what you see here, right here, the fisherman, then what happened to Summer Moon and all the Summer Moon missing children. This is serious. It's a game. It's a billion-dollar industry. And it's not easy to crack open. If it was that easy, you guys, it would have been cracked open. This is the story that they don't talk about. They kind of sort of tap into it, and then everyone gets super uncomfortable. The media gets uncomfortable. The people get uncomfortable. They're like, oh, that's bullshit. There's no way. Well, yeah, way. Yeah, way. I'm not here to be the hero where, you know, I get someone thrown in jail, because that's not going to stop it. That's not what I'm doing here. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm not the police. I'm not the law enforcement. I'm none of that. I'm here to give the story that's not being spoken about, because these children are being sacrificed. They are being chopped. They are being abused, and they're being sold, and they're being whatever the fuck they want to do to these kids, as if they're just a piece of meat. And the stories are dying with them. And throwing 20 people into jail isn't even going to do it. You see, it isn't. This Summer Moon, there are reasons for these photos, you guys, but the photos, beneath the photo, is the truth way beyond like what you see here. And this just blows my mind. It just blows my mind that this photo is acceptable as her sitting in the car. I just don't get it. And you'd see it on CNN News, and it'd be like, this is Summer Moon Wells sitting in her car. I'm like, please tell me that someone out there sees that this isn't a fucking car. It's a box. It's like right here, this line here. Like, these are boxes. These are fake. This is a box. It's like, it's crazy to me. Whatever they are doing, whoever they are doing it to, no matter who, where, what, why, when, it all revolves around the plan. It revolves around this plan. There's 7. Let me open this one up. Because the plan, which is right here, here's the plan. This plan was made years ago. Years ago. And It is, just imagine this photo here is in a car. Let me cut it down. They're always using a fake car. This is how I see it. Who the fuck knows? This is a car. Come on. Crap. And this was made years and years ago. Whatever they're doing with these pieces is placed in the ground systematically. Okay? Pretend that what I'm showing you, draw, insert. Okay. All right. Yay, here it is. All right. So let's say this is a car. This is the same car I always talk about. Here's the window. Okay? This is the car seat. Here's the stick. Goes this way. These little things go in the corners. This is the equipment. This is the equipment. This here, wait, let me copy and paste this, is what I'm showing all the time. I'm showing this all the time in the car. This is how this stuff is placed within the earth. Summer moon wells, just like this, as you see in the car, it's not a car. Whatever it is, whatever's underneath this thing, whatever it is, this is the reason for it. This is what she's in. It's in the corner. The head's in the corner. So this is what she's in. This here, you guys, is not a car. It's whatever's under here. What I'm telling you is a reflection of this. Because it all goes back to the same equipment. And this is important. All of this. So when I show these things, and these little sticks, and all this stuff, that's what's inside of here. These are maps that Jody Sue Brown showed of the property. Whatever is going down, everyone knows whatever they do to that property, whatever they do to feed that property, everyone is on board with it. Whatever they're all doing, they're on board with it. But what this is something happened with the property. Super obvious. The property is equal to the children. It's all the same thing. It's all the same conversation. Because I'm saying this is the story, right? That this this here somehow fits into whatever property. This could be this property, it could be one in Idaho, it could be one in Utah. But this are the things that you're looking at. These things are drawn and they're pieces of property. That's what I get. That's what this is. This is Ben Hill Road. I'm sorry. This is Beech Creek. This here is Beech Creek. Beech Creek property has a lot to say, you guys, and they don't want anyone coming in that doesn't belong there. That is family, that is sacred, and something got so messed up. I said it before. The answers are within the gum tree. See these things? These little kinds of trees. Number 5. This is their area, number 5. Here's number 4. There's a barn here. Probably a big shed. But this is the stuff that should be talked about. The barn, the black gum tree, this, the bridge, east and west of the river, east and west of the stream. They are trying to take your focus away. Don't let them. Do not let them, you guys. You can't let them do that. Because these guys here, when they go on live, what they do for me is show me how strong these spirits are and how strong the information comes through. Because there's hundreds of summer moon wells that are within this game, that are gone, that no one cared about. It's happened in the past. La-di-da. That kid's gone. It's just another summer moon. But when I show information like this, it's not like, oh, I'm just showing you a foot standing on a twig. It's not. And what I'm showing to the right isn't just another photo either. These are photos that give to me information on what's happening out in these woods. This isn't happening. Well, this can't be this can't be how the tree looks. This is happening. This is what I see. I only see this. See this. I see the tree through the tree. I see the tree through the victim. Through the victim. I see the story of the victims. I see summer in the tree. And I am not here, and people who have been with me, to get anybody to agree with me or disagree with me. Because all this is how I see it. That's it. It's a story. And the story is about this victim, this child, this Summer Moon Wells. This is a tree. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but this has been superimposed and placed in here to tell you the story. Goes through this trunk. This is all connected. And this branch and this root goes through this person, and it's telling you what they're doing to the children. So is this in the middle of Ryan Finding Truth's video? Yeah. It is. This is his video, and his videos give me a lot of information. And again, nothing to do with him. Ryan Finding Truth's videos immediately tell me the story. And this is the story. Here, this root, here, 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 and here. This is all the story. And this is where the victims go. It's a game. They're playing it. These are trophies, and they look for them. There's no difference between what you saw here, the Delphi case, the way that these pieces of wood are, than how I'm going to see it every time I see it under someone's foot. It's how I saw it under his foot. Same thing. Here are these little horns that they show in the trees. This is what they're showing you guys here. It's all the same. Here. Here goes through the victim. What's the difference between that and this? Boom. Here's your V. Goes through the victim. There's no difference. These are your trees. These are branches they're showing. These are roots. These are trees. These are antlers. It's a difference. This is the Summer Moon Wells case. This is the story that they want told. All I hear is her arm up. These drawings were great. What I see here, this is in the backyard of Benny Keith's backyard. I kept all these because I do believe that there's certain players, not saying it's Benny, this is what I see is happening. I don't know where or who, but I see these things being kept, and they go underground, and they're in gardens like this. But these are common. This is a common photo that the kids understand. Including the Idaho 4. This is the Idaho 4. And this is Benny Keys. when I watch the videos from 2021, it reminds me of all the information that I have to stay consistent with as I am telling the story. Because understand, it's people that are in my kind of a field. There are times that there might be spirits that just want to screw with me, right? I know when that happens, and I just stomp it out and carry on. Again, the videos in the beginning are the ones that you guys should just go back, play them on your free time, and listen to them. And don't listen to the new conversations that are being had. It's very important to stay away from it, to stay with the elements within my almost 800 videos, to stay with these elements that show up. It's the phones within the phones that show this plastic plexiglass and then the information that reflects upon it is information from the Summer Moon Wells cases. I see the story here, and it's consistent with every story that I am going over. Someone will be like, what the fuck is she looking at that I'm not looking at? It's like a plexiglass you're looking through. And then here, and here is a phone within a phone. And then this here, this piece here, is a common element. These here are common elements. I were to blow up the smallest of the smallest information, it'd be found in any of the Summer Moon Wells videos that someone shows a phone, and I'm like, I grab it and I show you what's in the plexiglass or what's in the phone of the phone of the phone. And it's always the same information. Crop it. This thing down here has a particular shape. And understand, because I've been doing this so long, I see it quickly. There are cookie cutter little things of information that don't change. I mean, I call them apples to apples, cookie cutter, right? This. Now, yesterday when I watched Ryan Finding Truth's video, and I really don't know why, he had a shitload to show us again. My question is, what are you doing? I said this before. Come on up, dude, and tell me, what are you doing? Seriously. What is this? Because all I see is Summer Moon Wells sacrifice information. I see other people in here. You're looking in your phone as if you're not looking in a phone. So understand, you guys, he's standing here looking at his phone, and this is what his phone looks like. I follow the blue dot. This is here. This situation here is this. Something here. Just pretend that this is what you're seeing in the phone. This. And there's that information in there, 420A or something. It's showing sacrifice. This is human. I know how to read through this very easily. This here, he's saying is all his phone. He's in the phone. But these are cylinders. Boom, boom. I call those cylinders. Cylinders. Summer Moon Wells wound up in a cylinder by her tree. Parts of her, not parts of her. It's just all a part of the story. This little section here are 2 cylinders of sacrifices. Right here. Boom, boom. And this is what shows in the phone to me. So because I know I'm going to go get this, when I see something, it's obvious for me to point it out because I've been looking at this stuff, you guys, for a very long time. And you see I'm changing sharpness, and because then more information comes through. Way more information. See, look right here. Right here. The blonde little girl up here. So I look for spirit, and I know that not everybody is going to be like, I don't see what she sees, because I see it through my third eye. And this is a perfect kind of a photo as an example of what I do. I didn't know I did this until Summer Moon Wells. I didn't know that I was looking at black dots and seeing a story. That's like someone looking at the clouds and everyone sees a different story. Of course they do, because everyone's reality is different. I've learned that I have to have confidence within myself to know that this is what I'm seeing, that I'm seeing what I'm supposed to see because it's the children's story. Not everyone is supposed to see the same thing in this world. You're just not, because everyone's different. Right? We're all different, so we're all going to see something different. But at the end of the day, this stuff, A, shouldn't be in these videos. This is Ryan Finding Truth's video. And B, I don't know, I lost track. What I was saying. Look at this number. Oh, and B, this shouldn't be what his phone looks like as he's using his phone. I'm keeping this photo here to the right, I said was a super important photo. This was the one I showed yesterday. It's from the news. And then I see that it has letters in here and numbers. This reminds me of this, and this one is also branded with a number. It's just Ryan's face. It's very amazing how the photos that I choose to select do stay consistent. And let me tell you guys something. It's always the first sentence that Summer Moon Wells spoke to me. Spoke to all of you that were here. I was live. I'm in the leaves. In the leaves. That has been one of the most truthful sentences and the most powerful sentences that she gave us in June of 2021. Because knowing that has become stronger and stronger, and all of these photos that help tell the story, they're in the leaves. She's in the leaves. So I see spirit in the leaves. I see spirit in the leaves. I see the smiley face right here. These come from his video. And let me tell you, this is Summer Moon's story. This is where she went. This is where she is. This is where they go to visit her. Understand, it doesn't matter what I'm showing you. Is her story is stuck in the creators that are choosing to discuss certain topics and going back to certain places. And let me tell you something. It's not always the place that they're going is where this is. Because the creator's story is beneath their story, which is fake, deep fake, I call it. And this is what's on top of this. See the smiley face? It's attached to the child. This is the child. There's other things coming out of this thing. His videos, any one of his videos that I choose to open up is giving me insane gifts of information. Ryan telling truth. I don't know what he's telling. I have no idea what he's telling. I'm not listening. I don't listen. I don't look at the wife. I look at nothing. I don't care about them. I can't even look at them. They piss me off for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like they're not even real. I can't even explain to you. I can't even explain to you how I get so heated up. And I don't know why. But if it wasn't their videos, I wouldn't have this information. And this information, again, is a gift given to show the children's true story. So if someone like me, I'm writing a book, or to write a book, it wouldn't be what everyone thinks it would be. It would be a photo like this. Looks like a monkey. Looks like a monkey in the jungle. But this is the picture that the children resonate with. This. This is familiar. Not this, not him, not this, not that. We don't care what he's doing. We care about this. And they're in nature, they're in the leaves. There's no difference from what they showed us in the Delphi photos than what I'm showing you. They are the same. This here that they're showing in Delphi video, right under the bridge, is what they're showing here. And if that story can be, blasted through the universe, it brings the children justice. So they'll see this and see this and this and be like, oh yeah, that's us. It symbolizes, are they sitting in the middle of a fucking forest where you could pass them going to, to the jewel? No. These are symbols and symbolizes the children's sacrifice. This is their story. This is their story. There's a little person coming out here. Here's the face. Here's the face. See, they're in the bamboo sticks. These are bamboo sticks. They're not the same. These are bamboo sticks. So the more I speak over these, the more information you're going to get. This is Delphi. This is finding truth. And I just have to keep saying it, that this is the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. See how if I play with the sharpening? See? It is unbelievable how it shows the story. It's unbelievable. I get blown away every time stuff like this appears. Somebody is programming it, you guys. Somebody's programming this shit. It's not like, do I believe in magic? Yes. Do I believe in spirits doing the shit? Yes. But somebody is programming it. It's not just voila coming out of nowhere. These smiley faces tell you what's going on. These little things here, this is a snake face back here. These are smiley faces. These are Summer Moon Wells. They're bamboo sticks. See these sticks within the trees? Understand that is this. I showed this during the my review of Delphi, which I should probably go back. But it's the same information because why? Because they're the same sacrifices. Just different groups do it. They do it differently. Some groups fuck up and some don't. But this blue little light stays on an important sacrifice. It stays in the middle. And this is what comes from it. So, yes, there's photo on top of photo and it's layered, but it's layered on purpose. It's not like I layered it. These are layered practically perfectly. And it's always in the branches, in the leaves, This is what it is. This here stays consistent with everything I show you. Watch. That's a head at the corner of the V being placed within the earth by the tree. Period. However they're doing this, brightening it, sharpening it. Contrast. Okay. So, you all could see what's happening here. I don't want to close out all the V over there, but here. So, let's see. Wait, I need a pointer. Only took me 2 years to figure out I could do it this way. No big deal. Okay, so here we have Ryan finding truths. Okay. Here's a V. These are branches. There is no difference, okay, of how they are showing it over here. Where should I? Here. Look back here. You've seen this before. This is the same that I'm showing you now. This here. This here. This is the V. I'm looking for one specific thing that I just showed you. No. Might be covered up somewhere so I can't see it. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is what's showing in the smallest of the smallest corner. This. It's exactly the story of Summer, and it goes so far back. They did the same thing with Amber Hagerman. She's the little girl that Amber Alert is named after. She has the same story, you guys. Look at this. This is where my eyes go, is over here. I would love to know more about this. I mean, I hear it through spirit, but I'd really like to know if they know that this is in their video. Because this can't happen like this. It's just like Delphi. Just like Delphi. There is no difference. Wait 1 second. Wait. Okay. So this guy, they show the elements throughout everybody's videos, you know. Like all of a sudden, this guy here has his head there, but he's completely showing on his face exactly how the girls were laying. And even more information than we had before. So if you look through the Delphi videos and you think that you see like a figure 4 with her legs like that on him, I don't know how it's there, but it is. This here totally resonates with me. How the tree trunks, you guys, and the leaves, I keep saying it over and over. This area, this kind of area, not this exact area, I don't know, speaks volumes. This is part of their journey, and it won't ever stop. This is part of their journey. This is what the people that are doing this know from. Not saying it's okay, this is what they know from. Spirit is so strong that it shows it through these videos. It shows the tree trunk. It shows summer. It shows the little girl next to the tree like summer. It shows the panda. It shows the dog. It shows the heart. Almost as if this tree is Summer's. The information that it shows is the reason I'm saying what I'm saying. Because this is how I read it. Right? You've seen this tree before. You've seen the tree like this in the Wells videos. There's 3 of them here. They're lined up. This goes back. This goes far back. These are the spirits within the woods. These are the spirits that show themselves within the woods. They're all together, like Summer always says, like a family. This is her family. This is Summer's family. These are Summer's family. Many, many Summers. And this is her tree. This is her area. These are her tracks. I don't know why I said that, but these are her tracks. I don't even know what the fuck that is. These are her tracks. There are tracks. You could follow the tracks. You guys, you could follow the tracks to get to her. This is a location in the woods. This is follow the tracks. That's it. Follow the tracks. This is area number 3. These are the muddy tracks. It's like follow the yellow brick road, follow the tracks. There are different victims that are showing through Ryan's videos. They're not all children. They're adults that are being fed. I don't know what that means. They're adults that are being fed to the wild or whatever they do, but they feel as if those adults are meaningless. Like they're just fucking meaningless. It's all I get. Like, just throw them to the wolves, just whatever, who gives a shit. You know, you might as well use your life for a purpose. You might as well give peace and purpose to this world because you kind of suck. So we're just going to use you and use you to feed. That's what all I get. Literally. Like fuck you. Like whatever this is. And Benny shows up in this conversation as well. It's a conversation. Then there's Jody Sue Brown. Now, we don't know who Jody Sue is. All I know is there are many, many different faces and different information that comes through the videos I just showed you. Very bloody hands come through. Very pointy fingers. And I mostly see, I don't know what they're called, but like diggers. I don't know what that is. Like, they're diggers. I'm just giving you a reading, you guys. They're just words. They're like diggers. They're the ones that go dig. They get dirty. They know how, this is all reading, because in my own brain or whatever, I don't know even what it means, what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I see. I see people like Jody Sue Brown being the diggers. They know the land. They know where to go. They know the ins and outs. Like, they fucking need this person, because without this person, good luck. Good luck is what I hear. Yeah, you think you don't need me? Oh, good luck with that one. You do. You do. Because nobody knows my shit like I do. Like, nobody knows it better than she does. And if you're going to mess with it, whatever. Good luck with that. Because she freaking knows her shit. And within this area of information, and within this part of this process, this particular person holds the keys to the success of it. Because no one else could do it like that. Nobody. She's the digger. And if God help you, if you bring someone new in that she did not freaking okay, good luck with that. Seriously. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what I'm getting from this. Like, you need me. I know what I've got here. And don't screw with it. Because if you do, I will say things that you just do not want me to say. But I will. I will. Push me, and I will. I don't want to, but you know I can. And it's all in here. It's all in here. The fight, the bite, the information, the strength, and the heritage, and the threads and the mesh and all of that is very tightly woven. That's what I see here. It's very tight. You cannot fuck with it. Because if you do, it will all fall. You start messing with that shit, it's all going to fall into the river. It's going to fall into the stream. And that's it. You could say goodbye to Beach Creek. Say goodbye to Beach Creek. The threads of Beach Creek are in the hands of the diggers. So be very, very, very cautious and careful what you listen to and who's speaking it beneath the channels that you guys are listening to. Like, know who you're listening to. Notice the small details. The smallest of details tell you the key masters and the holders. I know what I see. I see different fingers, different nails. I know when I see these little things on the nails and different fingers, I know what I'm talking about. They're saying, back the fuck up. She has said it. There is a chemistry between these people. And I'm not saying it's them that you're looking at. So I'm going to keep clarifying. I'm not talking directly about Benny. I'm not talking directly about Jody Sue. I can't, like I always say, because I don't know them. Someone like this, who's sitting in a fake car with that shit on their head and a window like you're, what is he doing? A window like you're sitting in an airplane, you know, that's what they have to be looking for to find the truth. They have to be looking beneath your faces. Beneath. That's where the truth is, you guys. So all of this conversation that they're trying to, have you swallow the hook? Don't do it. You stay put. You stay right here. Look at what is being shown. Look at what has been shown since day one. It's the same information. It's the same elements. Just because one shows in a fake car, the other one shows in a fake RV, the other one shows in a freaking, I don't know, someone's backyard, someone's woods, wherever. This information is what doesn't change. And it's all the information that tells the story for the children. And not one creator in 2.5 years has came forth to acknowledge any bits of this information, any one of the images that show up. No. I find that extremely interesting, that we could show this, which matches the little bennies over here. No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. Look at how Jody Sue Brown's is just on fire. Because we're making the spirit so happy. So happy. So we don't need anyone to say, oh yeah, I did it. Don't care about that. I just want the story to be brought to light. For the eyeball shit to be shown and understood. And that the story of the children lie within the deep fake of this new friggin' software crap. And if in fact I were to take this here and compare it to Michael Vaughn's eye that I told you this stuff is in, you'd see a match. Right in here. This thing. In the eye. The video that I just showed you of Jody Sue Brown's may have sounded really amazing, but the information when you stop it and play it slowly is even better. It's better. Whoops, let me see if they come grab the dog. Let me change the color in this. It's coughing. So when dog's got funny cough. When I change the color on this, right here, look what goes on. I don't have to stay and do that though. Not gonna make a difference. All of this here this tells the story. So in the video that I just showed you, when you stop it, they have very strange information. So the eyes, I didn't know she had that in her nose, in the hands, in the skin. I don't know whose eyebrows those are. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what happens when you stop the video. The one to the left is that Australian girl who has a lot of matching information. But there are particular creators that have the most incredible information within their videos. So those that are new, it's really important to understand that when I'm saying these things, it's not about the person that you're looking at in the video. It's about the story within the video. Let me see. See one second. Tree trim. Okay. All right. I'm looking for a particular one to open. I don't know if it's these. I want to give you guys an example. I think I've played these before. Now, let me give you an example. Let's see. Okay. We close this. So, again, I grab these images, for those that are new, I grab these images and tell the story over the images. Before I start, let me see where. I'm still on live. Can you come grab him, or where is she? Yeah. Oh, where is she? Yeah. Okay. Watch. Let's see if this is one of them. Wait, nope. Not a good one. I probably put it in the trash. Let's see. I did. Oh, I throw this stuff away so fast. My dog is pawing at me. He wants dinner. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Okay, let's do his first. Let's see. Because this is a good one to show you see how that shows up? And that's his phone. So it's nice to see it live like in a video. Here, let me get going here. Just going to keep moving my cursor until I choose to stop. Okay, something like in here. Oh, thank you. Something like in here. See? That's the most important one, is the one in the tree. See, my brain just shows me so much within this video, but that's specifically because it tells me the story of Summer. Now understand, again, I'm not saying that he's doing anything. I'm saying that his videos really give incredible information to me. And it reiterates how a lot of this stuff, I'm sticking to it, is about the resurrection. It's about feeding the earth. It's about placement, the perfect kind of placement for whatever they're placing, as far as I call it, trophies. And that's what I see here. I don't see Ryan, does it mean he's not doing what he says he's doing? No, he probably is. But I just see something different. Because it's giving, me the opportunity to show you gifts of information. There's the sticks. So when I see a foot in there with sticks like that, like this, like I know what it's doing is giving me important information that if I were to be out in those woods right now looking, I would want to see something like that. See, it's telling me that things like that are important. They're important. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean he sees it there. That is the best to my abilities that I could show you what something like that looks like. So like if you guys are ever looking for things in the wilderness, or at these campgrounds anywhere, it could be any summer moon wells, it could be any victim anywhere that falls within this. The people that go out in these areas, the equipment is a big deal. This equipment is like, this is what it looks like. It's a big deal. It's like, pay attention to details. If you want to be someone that's going to help share the story, you got to pay attention to details and not to the details that they're shoving down your throats. It's not those details. It's details like this. those are the details. See the cheeks? There's an issue here. Let me brighten this up. So I only stop on certain frames that will help share these stories. There are different types of warriors in these things. There are different types of victims that get thrown into this situation. And different players do different things. I feel like that's what it is. It's like a game. You know, like I feel like it's a complete game. Sorry, guys. I'm paying attention. Well, this I probably now switch over to a different one. Oh my goodness. Let's grab one of hers. So again, you listen to a video that had good words. It gives us information. Let me show you what's beneath it. I'm sure she'd like that. You know, the hands, I have so many pictures of JLR with this, hands like these. They're different fingers, they're different hands. They're not just, they don't stay just like her hands, they change. I mean, when I stop and show you, you could tell that they're different. Watch. I showed you pictures of it. Here, I'll show it. So I'm just going to show it to you here. So when I allow this to separate, it's pretty fun. And I'm sure something cool is going to come through because every time someone comes in and puts a thumbs down, it's the best thing for the channel. This is like what Ryan's face just looked like in his video. It's like two faces melted in. See the hand? Like, your hand just doesn't do that. Like, my goodness. Wait. Okay. Color. See, these are symbols. See the head? See, this is just, you know, these are the best pictures that I could show, because I'm not I'm showing it because I'm supposed to. I mean, look at the different faces. One looks like a 90-year-old lady, another one looks like a teenager. Look into the darkness. See, this here is totally different photo. So on your own time, you guys could mess around with the videos and just see. I mean, these, you know, how people layer this stuff. See? That's a pretty horrible photo. I think I showed these yesterday. I don't remember. But shouldn't be in here. But the fingers have been a part of the conversation, you guys, since day one. The fingers were one of my first elements. For sure. Pretty wild, right? It's pretty wild. What's this one? Yeah, this is a good one. This will be the last video. So, always look down here. Take screenshot if you want. I'm going to show you how there's certain bits of information that really remind me of the story that I see. It's like The eyes, the fingers. Like, oh my God, my dog is just... See when it goes dark like that? So see what I just did? I try to... Look at how creepy this is. Look at this. I try to find the frames that are white. They're white, they're gray, they're black. They're white, they're gray, they're black. So this is white, gray, black. So when I find the part that's gray black, I try to stop, right? So this here is a really, you saw it, it's a pretty insane photo here. And it's in the video. This is Jody Sue's video. So this is a prime example of what happens beneath the deepfake, what happens underneath what I'm showing you. This happens. This happens. This face has a mask on. It's not Jody Sue. And that is right here. So if I try to find the, see, what I'm trying to do is get between the frames. So now, if you look at this, you could almost, what I see is the same thing. I see the smiley face that I just showed you on the tree here. There's a lot coming through. There is somebody else right here. See the different glasses? These glasses are who I showed you as the victim. We have glasses like that. But these here, what you're looking at two different pairs of glasses. And there's a story back here, you guys. And this is, I've been following this. See how this has got the gray background? If I get the light gray, so there's gray, there's black, there's white. Period. That's just how it's done. Each layer is different. Is that this? Why is this so much lighter? Huh. Okay, let's brighten this up. So back here are like glasses that Jody Sue Brown, Molly Golightly wore. Back there. And again, it's right here between the frames. See the frames? See them all in there? See? It's like I loosen them up. And it's all in there, you guys. It's the coolest thing. When you get a frame like that, it's the coolest thing. Because you'll see different information. And it's all in there. So I look for that. And there's a lot of them. So it's in between here. But the crazy thing is, this isn't the Jody Sue that, it's like in between here. There's two different people's faces. See the glasses? See how this is layered in here? The flowers, these are layered in there. See? It's fake. It's fake. The only thing that you should ever follow are the elements. The elements. So this shows you that there's a lot of shit in here that's fake. See this face in here? There's a lot of stuff in here that isn't real. It's just not. Take a picture of it. Look at the fingers. This is a great example of what I try to show you guys. Because see the fingers? See, the flowers aren't gold anymore. Look at that. Let's see if we can get even clearer. See the head? Look at the head. These are really great examples. So this is what the creators offer me. I mean, not all of them. I know which ones to go to. I know which videos I'm going to get this stuff. The hand. It's just all of this stuff is consistent within the cases that I cover. They're all consistent with the same information. It's always shows the same elements. And this is our new world of, you know, social media, technology, but all of this here, so the V on the face, this and this are two separate faces. This is perfect example. This side and this side. These are great examples. See, and Jody Sue Brown brought these examples to me. So, you know, the creators do have a purpose for the children. Their purpose is to use it to show me information. See? It's not Jody Sue in there. So, these are different people beneath the layers. This is how you guys could do it. You guys could have fun doing this shit because you could tell that that's not Jody Sue. There's a lot of different people in here. And this is why I don't say it's about them. Because who's them? They need to know I'm smart enough to know that there's different feelings of people in here. There's different energy. There's, my God, it changes within a millisecond. Millisecond, I feel it. And it's in each layer. So as you go to the white, the kind of gray, like here's one. They're in the twitch. They're right in the twitch. These movements. And how I know that it's a different layer is because of the color of the frame. So if you guys say, oh my God, I think I just saw a flash, play around with it. This is for educational and entertainment purposes. Educational is this part. You want to know if you could see this shit. You want to know how to do this. I can't be the only one to do it. Follow your own instincts. You videotape the video moving your finger back and forth so you get those, so you get these. They show up. See? And it's way better to do it on your phone. These are victims. To me, I could call them, they're deep fake, but to me, these are victims called Summer Moon Wells. This isn't made up shit. It's real. This is what is in there. Does that look like Jody Sue Brown to you guys? Maybe it is. You know why? Because we don't know her. And there's a boy. There's some. This is a male down here. I mean, take a long, hard look at this photo, please. Is this anything that you think is remotely what you're looking at? And this is a victim right here that wants to be heard. So we will leave it on this photo tonight. Because this is truly a very important photo to the victim that's showing themselves. This shit's real. This shit is real shit. You've got the digger in here. And we are sending love to the victims that are not being seen. They're not being seen, you guys. It's in this one. So I'm going to call it a night. These videos lately are going to be really important. I mean, they're all important, but there's so many of them, right? Really, I have a couple things to say before I sign off. Really pay attention to the YouTube information as if you don't know what they're talking about. Like, pay attention to the YouTube creators that you choose to do this with, to what they're not bringing your attention to. Not. Don't get sucked into the conversation, you guys. Go back to the beginning. Recognize what's so important and right in front of you. Like, what's right in front of you? Not what they tell you to look at. Super important to remember that. Don't look at Hunter. Don't look at Andrew. Don't look at the creator that's making you do that. Don't go look on freaking fake hunts for summer. Don't go on the hunt. Don't go with them on the trips. Notice the information around them. On that note, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Can't do this without you. I cannot. Thank you, Muffin Top. Thank you, subscribers. And my members, all my new members, welcome. And my new subscribers, welcome, welcome. That's a little boy in there. Keep coming back. Subscribe. You'll get notice because I don't always stay on schedule. All right, you guys. Thank you again. God bless you all. Thank you all. Watch for the next one. This is all about bringing justice to the victims. That's it. Good night, folks.